Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm talking about my 38th week of pregnancy. So I turn 39 weeks tomorrow, but I sort of don't. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So this week it's been the same sort of symptoms. My leg swelling is absolutely horrendous. I can't really walk longer than a couple of minutes. I can't sit in one position with my legs down at a right angle or up for too long. They sort of just go really numb and then really painful, pins and needles. It's like travelling up in my hands, so my fingers are now swelling, and I'm getting like red prickly heat into my hands as well. I've got some now actually, and I get a bit of fluid here. You can see fluid sort of underneath my knees and on top of my knees. It's horrible. It's really painful. I went swimming yesterday and that was the first time I felt a little bit of relief. I couldn't actually swim because when I got in the water I had extreme like prickly heat type feeling. I think it was just the change in temperature, so I was just kind of sat on one of the seats in the pool, and that just took some of the pressure off, and the baby loved it as well, which was good. Sleeping's getting harder because it's just getting really hard to turn over now, and because of my legs as well, they make it really difficult. My whole body sort of goes numb but quite painful at the same time, so I'm not doing very well. But apparently it's the weight in your pelvis. It then really puts a lot of strain on your veins, which then sends blood down to your limbs basically, which is blood pooling and water retention. So it should go straight after the birth, or if you know, a couple of days after the birth. So I'm just feeling a little bit like I can't do much and I'm tired. Energy levels go really high, then really low. And then my mood is everywhere. I can spend like a day crying and the next day be the happiest person in the world. So everything is like crazy. My bump has dropped quite a lot now. I didn't think he'd got much bigger, but I've just done comparison pictures from 2 weeks ago, so I'll slot those in. He had a stop and movement again, so we were discharged from the consultant. She was very dismissive, which will bring me on to a point in a second. Very dismissive, and just said, I'm not going to check you, the heart rate's been fine, it's fine, I'm not going to even touch you. So okay, that's fine. And then the next day stopped moving again. So he didn't move for about 6-7 hours, so I went in and was monitored again. And I just felt really frustrated, and I don't like it when he stops moving because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting anyone's time, but then I don't want to that one time not go in and they could have done something and something bad happens. But he's fine. They haven't checked his size or anything, so I don't know what's going on with that. But today I had my 38-week appointment with the midwife, and she doesn't know why I've been discharged twice now, because it's an IVF pregnancy, which is classed as high risk. And I've brought this up with the consultants, but they've just kind of patronised me and pushed me away. And it turns out that IVF pregnancies are supposed to be induced on their due date, and there's been no arrangements made for me, because obviously we know the date I'm due because it's IVF. Also, they've actually got the wrong date, because again, I brought this up, I know the date that I'm due because of IVF, but they go on their dating scam, so it's 6 days earlier than should be, which it shouldn't be. It should be my IVF date, and that's why they induce IVF pregnancies on those dates, so you don't go over, because the date is accurate when naturally occurring pregnancies is an estimate. So we've had that debate today, so they've decided they're inducing me next week. So a week on Friday I'm getting induced, which will be the 17th of August. However, I've arranged for a private sweep because I'd prefer to have a sweep and see if things come naturally. I'm getting a lot more pressure down there this week, so he's definitely dropped and it feels weird. I can almost feel him in my bum, but my vagina as well. There's like pushing pressure. I can still feel his head like going to the side, like borrowing down, and it feels like he is sort of right down here now. But he must not have further to go. I don't know. He's quite lazy. He's very comfortable in there, I think. So yeah, it's just kind of like at that point now that I'm very uncomfortable, but I don't like moaning about it because obviously I'm so grateful that I've been pregnant. But I just feel very heavy. There's a lot of pressure on my abdominals. I haven't really had, like last week I had the sort of labour pains. I've not had that this week. I've had a few shooting pains through my vagina, only a couple times, but most of it's been the circulation, water retention that's been, you know, very, very tough. But so this might be the last update video. The next one, he might be here. We'll see. So that's a little update for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.